minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff.
Shake it back! Does that feel good? Yeah.
Welcome all you Shake and Bakers to episode 3000 of the Shake and Bake Show with Stevie Fast Jackson. I don't know where all our guests are. It's been a crazy day. Lots of folks are traveling, and I don't know where they're at. So lots of stuff to talk about going on. I can't believe. Welcome to the show. Hey, glad you can make it. I was about to run out of stuff to talk about.
Well, you know, I was just sitting here thinking, what else would I do with a Tuesday?
Did my email come through, or you figured out another way?
Just at, like, I was going refresh. Y'all, this...
So there was 1 second left before we come on, and I figured out how to I haven't run the show in so long. I figured out how to copy the email and send it.
This just goes to show how much we need Molly.
I got to warn you guys, like, Molly is out of town, and I'm running the show, and I have no idea how to do this. So, like, this could be disastrous.
It's why we didn't have a guest.
That's why we didn't have a guest, because I don't know if I could figure out how to run the whole deal. I am on my back porch. I just got back from flying and did not have time to get back to the shop, so I'm sitting on my back porch.
And I just got home from Spencer's grandma's 85th birthday dinner, where I had to get my dinner to go. So to the homeboy who always tells me I'm trashy for eating on Shake and Bake, guess what I'm going to do tonight?
That's not trashy. Shadow wants to say hello, evidently.
Hi, Papa.
He said, I'm ready.
I haven't seen Shadow. Same link as old emails. Who knew?
What?
Molly said it's the same link every week.
I didn't know that.
Me neither. Now I know. I sit here and wait on emails all day.
I don't know. Okay.
Lyle is coming.
Curious pounding ground to see where that report came from. I'd be curious to
What are you talking about?
see that report. Just responding to some comments. Courtney, how are you coping with the Dolly Parton loss? That shocked me today. That was rough. Because, like, no matter what side of the aisle you sit on, or like what type of way you look at the world, it's pretty hard to anybody to have a gripe with Dolly Parton.
Somebody made a post today. I don't know who, doesn't matter, and said the one thing we can all agree on is Dolly is wonderful. Like, I was listening to the Prime Country on Sirius coming home, and they're doing these tributes, and they pulled this audio up of when somebody in a podcast asked her what she would want fans to remember when she goes to heaven. And my gosh, I've never met the woman. Like, obviously we all love her, and it was tough. Freaking started crying. Her answer was just so real. And she said that I did the most, and that I made the most of all the talents and gifts that God gave me. And that they remembered all those little things, not the Grammys, not the songs, but that I did the most. And it was just, man, that was a tough one today. It's been a tough week for Southerners. I'll just start my low without Lyle. Oliver, the Watusi. And
yes. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Yeah, come on, producer Sam. Let's go. My good buddy Oliver, the Watusi. Everybody's buddy, the mascot of the Texas Motorplex. This thing, you should be terrified of an animal like this. And he would look you in your soul and dip his head down, and like his owner called him the little forehead kisses. And there was something different. Like, maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. I'll go get my AirPods in a minute.
Thank you for purchasing. Give me $20 on that Shadow shirt and hoodie. I appreciate it.
I'm gonna go get my AirPods. But moral of the story: love Oliver. I have posted some links onto my socials. As one can imagine, taking care of that body is quite expensive. And if you've ever met his owners, Michelle is one of the nicest people in the world. I don't mean this in a mean way, but they spend every dollar they have on those animals, and they don't have 2 pennies to rub together to do what needs to be done there. So if you find it in your heart, or Oliver made you smile one time, send $5. I'm gonna go get my AirPods.
The first time, I have a lot of pictures with Oliver throughout the years at the Motorplex. It's pretty cool. But the first time we're in staging lanes, we fired up Screwball Hemi in the Shadow, and that thing didn't even blink an eye. I was like, that's pretty cool. And yeah, we're definitely going to have pay a tariff on C for sure. Well, I'll start off with see if I can figure. I really want to wait till Lyle gets on here for highs and lows. He's going to be on in a minute. He was getting close to, I think he got stuck in the truck stop. I'll let her know where to send that. I do not know that. Hey, where do they send the 5 smokers?
Hang on.
Sometimes
Okay, that's good. You ever seen a girl before? I just ran for you.
Huh?
I will. I just ran, so I didn't leave you alone too long.
Oh, I'm fine. Where do they send the 5 smackers for Oliver?
I will. Good call. Let me pull up the link and I will send it to you and we can put it in the chat.
That'd be good.
Appreciate you guys. Yeah, that is a tough deal.
Send it to my email because I will not have. I don't know how to do the phoning and.
We are struggling.
I was gonna go with highs and lows, but I really want Lyle on here for my high.
Oh, do you? You didn't have it in the plan. I don't know what it is. Well, give me a second to do this because I can't do 2 things at once. And we can talk about Brainerd.
So did you not get lost in the zoo? How did your current state of affairs affect your normal activities at the zoo?
Everyone annoyed me and minutes felt like hours. Everyone annoyed me.
I got lost in the zoo a couple times. I actually hung out in the zoo with you one or two times.
You did. And then I took your cardboard cutout.
I remember that. That was good times.
Steve Jackson Racing.
Do not say the rest of that out loud.
So it is on Venmo. It is Oliver the Watusi is the name. Watusi. Oliver the Watusi. But I sent it. Oh, I sent it there. And Lyle is trying to get the link too.
I'll let you send it to him. Forward it to him.
I got you. Guys, we do everything we can to make this happen for you. We're going to get our shit together here in one moment.
I don't want to hear crap, Molly. Molly's stuck behind enemy lines up there in Canada.
Easy.
And, up there with our friends in Canada.
I hear you.
I think she's on the other side. Which side of Canada are you on?
I'm like above Michigan.
Okay,
above Ohio. She's on the other side.
Out on the other side.
Yeah. So the zoo was alive and well. I went during the day, and not having drinks makes you open your eyes and see things. And the amount, I believe that, the amount of money and time and preparation that people put into these vehicles and
that's cool.
Spots and tents and restaurants, honestly, it gets overlooked by just the drunk fun. It is out of control, the detail-oriented that people do down there, and you got to give Brainerd credit.
if I ever get some free time to build some cool vehicle, we're gonna all drive it around Brainerd. I'm gonna build us a shake and bake touring vehicle.
We would burn that place to the ground.
I just gotta have like 6 free minutes.
We could even get like a canoe of some sort. I've seen even like you get a flatbed trailer and we could make it easy and we could get like this large canoe and we could all just sit in it. You know what I mean?
No, man.
But it was great. Outlaw did a wonderful job. Oh, we can talk about that. Lyle is about to get on and the show will really start, guys.
We got stuff for Outlaw beer, right?
We got, some stuff from Outlaw. It was great. Car looked awesome. Jim Head wore hand-painted baby blue Outlaw Air Force Ones on the racetrack, and it was absolutely amazing. But we had a great time. Went out in the zoo with Erica, Aaron, Jag, Bruno. Yeah, those are the shoes. Look at him. Are you joking me?
I don't own. I'm not saying I don't have a baby blue shirt, but I do not have any baby blue shoes.
Somebody in the comments, if he is a rapper or a country singer or something, name this artist, please, for the love of God. Look at him. That's ridiculous.
Kneezy.
Yeah. So anyway, we did a big night at the zoo with Outlaw Beer. Their bar was popping. They were giving away beers. Team Elite was there. They had all the swag. They now do it in cans, which I'm always a fan of beers they're not cans, in bottles. I'm always a fan of the way beer tastes in bottles over cans anyway. But speaking of, Mark Stockseth's texting me. Oh, he said, here's Jim in the shoes. God bless Mark Stockseth. Look at that.
Yeah, baby.
Oh my gosh, just a baller. So it was awesome. We did a tour. All the drivers, Chef Cody was like the mascot of all mascots. It was awesome. We got to talk about him a lot on air. I think it got Outlaw a little bit of exposure, and I'm hoping we can do more with him. But it was the perfect marriage of sponsoring a funny car at the zoo.
Yeah, the overall the race looked pretty awesome, right? Any hiccups in the race? Everything looked like it went pretty good.
Everything was great. The weather, that's the best Brainerd weather I've ever seen.
What was it like 1,000 degrees like normal?
Nope.
Hey, Lyle.
Hey, 14 minutes isn't bad. Not bad.
Welcome to the show, Lyle.
Hey guys, yeah.
Lyle, we've had a rough start.
Nah, it's not rough.
That's
We're
okay.
rocking. We're rocking.
Stevie, first of all, where are you?
I'm on my back porch.
Looks like a very nice back porch.
It does
Thank
look
you.
like rain.
I don't ever get to see it, but it does look pretty nice.
Yes.
I went flying today and got home right before the show. I normally go to work after, but
Yeah, we had T-ball practice number 1 tonight.
yeah.
Was he a wild animal like you would think?
Well, I'll start with this. There's 3s, 4s, and 5s.
Okay.
So Nash is in the middle, just turned 4 in June. If you can imagine, most of you on here may know this, but if you can imagine herding a large group of wet cats, this is what that looked like.
Are you the coach?
I can't do it. I can't.
I was gonna say, please God, no.
I can't.
Please be the coach and let Uncle Steve come over and watch that.
I stood out there at the very beginning when they were throwing back and forth to each other, and there's balls going everywhere. And I caught myself wanting to be like, catch a fucking ball, and I was like, you know what? Let me get outside this fence and watch from the sidelines where I belong. So anyway, it's a good time. Good time.
We were just talking about Brainerd, and before we move on from the Outlaw thing, I need your help with something. Put that picture of Spencer back up.
Okay, we're coming up with Spencer's rapper name or his band name or whatever.
He needs to be hazed for this.
Kneezy.
Like this is this
easy?
What is that? Matt Hagen?
But thank you. This is why I needed you here for this.
What the fuck? Spencer, what's that show where all the people are in California, or the show's based in California, and everybody's screwing everybody, and homegirls or country girls' husband had a cocaine addiction, and
The Housewives?
No, god dang it,
Spencer.
It's freaking just smut TV. Melissa watches it.
I told him that's as close to a Houston.
Oh, they have like the Tom bar and
UPS driver.
God dang it!
I don't know
We
what
call
you're
him
talking
Spency Spence.
Spency Spence, like Flava Flav.
Moose Knuckle. I like that one.
Oh, that's a good one. And he's not even here to defend himself.
Love Island. No, I don't think it's Love Island. Damn it.
The Hills?
I can't. No. Maybe. Right now they're having the reunion show. They're all sitting on stage and talking shit about each other. Jesus, man, I can't remember. Anyway, he looks like one of the guys that belongs on there.
I mean, the shoes are awesome. The shirt's awesome. But
Vanderpump.
Oh,
that's it. Vanderpump.
All right, y'all want to do some highs and lows?
Oh yeah, since I sent those in.
Dun, 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 dun.
Mine froze and I missed like the majority of the song. That really sucked.
That'll have to take almost big jobs. All right, let me go first because I have some smoky highs. Let me see, make sure I don't miss anything. So, two things. One, I went and I got my LSRIA license, Light Support Repair Inspection Authorization. It was a 2-day class over the weekend in Ohio. That was very challenging, and it was really cool to do that. And number two, this is probably the smokiest of all highs this week. So the last 2 days, I went to UPRT USA, Upset Prevention and Recovery Training in Sylvania, Georgia. King Evans took me up in his extra 300 for 2 days of instruction on how to kill yourself in an airplane and how to save yourself in an airplane. And I can tell you that when you see the Red Bull plane doing the Red Bull stuff, that is a throwdown pilot. So I got a little clip of today where this is one of many, I think over the course of 2 days, I killed us 16 or 18 times. And every time I would kill us, he'd be like, yep, you're dead again. But part of the deal is unusual attitude recovery. He'll put you in spins. He spins you. You got to get a spin cert. And you got to basically save the airplane. I'll give you an example. You'll be doing an inverted roll, and he will purposely stall the airplane. It falls out of the sky backwards. You got to fix it. So I got a couple of clips of me recovering from a death spiral today in an extra 300. The video doesn't do it justice.
App, it's gonna go. Keep moving that elevator app. Keep adding that right rudder in there. Here it comes. There it goes. Pull it all the way back. Hold it. Oh yeah, watch this one. Hold it in there. Hold it. There it goes. There it goes. All right, let's just recover. Power to idle. Ailerons neutral. Opposite rudder. Forward stick a little bit. Let go. Yes. 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 Bingo.
All right, that was an easy one. Now I'm gonna put it. Now I'm gonna really get it stuck.
When anything you play, it just freezes. I didn't see any of that. That sucks.
It's a shame. I hope my mama's not watching. So this one, I really stuck it in there because he was complaining that I wasn't getting it. He was complaining that I wasn't getting it out of control enough. And what he'll do is he makes you hold it in the spin until it's in a really, really, really out of control attitude. So this was the last one when I think I kind of got it.
There's the buffet. Go kick the rudder. Kick the rudder. Pull all the way back. Pull all the way back. Left more rudder. There you go. Hold it. Wait. Wait. Go right aileron. Take your feet off. There you go. Very good. Now recover. Power to idle. Ailerons neutral. Opposite rudder. Forward stick. Release the rudder. Release the rudder. There you go. Out of the dive. That was way better, dude.
Yeah, I just held my damn foot on the rudder.
Everybody does.
That is cool shit. So, Lyle, when you ready to go flying?
Right now. I'd like to do that shit in the dark.
You would not like to do it. I have never been so green in my life. Like, I did not puke, but I could have.
I'm out.
It was really cool. Make you a better pilot.
Okay.
My gosh. I mean, he did a really great job of like.
Yeah, no, he's killer instructor. He's sitting behind me and he's talking to me the whole time. Really great instructor. If you're a pilot and you like flying fun, fast airplanes, you need to go get training like this, because eventually you're going to get stuck in a situation. And I promise you, I can tell you, my first time on every maneuver, you don't want to do it the first time in real time. Like, you don't want to figure it out on the fly.
Honestly, Spencer would die on that. Like, not like die of excitement. Like, send that to him. He needs to go do that.
Yeah, I've got a complete 2 days worth of raw footage. He's going to clip it up and put it in a deal. And
that's
then
awesome.
we'll see. And I mean, we did barrel rolls and snap rolls and S turns and aileron rolls and about anything that you could possibly ever want to do. The last 10 minutes, he's like, okay, your airplane, you just stole an extra 300. What are you going to do with it? And I was like, let's go. I was like, get out of the way.
I'll stay on the ground.
Pretty cool.
That's
Molly. Cool. Yep. So that's my high. What you got, Lyle?
Since our last show, we spent 2 days in Indy testing last week in the quarter-mile cars. I was in the old mean Tangerine, and Billy was there in the white car. Derek Menholt was there. Castellana was running. Scruggs was there. Nick Janik was there. And new to the class, which I'm very excited about, Peter Norton was there shaking down his car in quarter-mile trim, which was cool to have Ricky Jones and that crew there. A good group. My car ran really, really well, and super excited to go to Indy, back to Indy. We had a really good test session, and I'm excited, man. I think we got something that can go there and run really well.
So out of all the testing groups, because everybody's been kind of hush-hush, it seems like, from what I hear, everybody ran pretty well. Yep. I mean, most of the cars ran pretty well. How is the surface?
It was great.
And I heard that it has been great.
Yeah.
So, like, all we need is a little sprinkle from Mother Nature, air, Jesus, and we can get some fast racing next week.
Yeah. I mean, obviously there were no fuel cars there. There had been early in the week, but there were none there running with us. So the track stayed pretty sticky all 1,320 feet of it. So no clutch dust to deal with. Not that the NHRA doesn't prep that out of the racetrack when we're there, but they can't get it all out, right?
Right.
And there's not, Pro Stocks wasn't there abusing the starting line and all the other things. So it was easy to keep a handle on the racetrack and keep it good for us. Man, I wish I had the video, but we needed to scuff some tires.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Brandon was like, just go up there and do one of your typical burnouts. And I was like, well, you want me to back up and let go of the button, or are we you just want to do 2 burnouts? He was like, just do 2 burnouts so we can come back around, cool it down, and I'm going to stuff some poop in it. And we'll try to make one right before it was over. So I wicked that thing up in the burnout, go past the Christmas tree, and it is dead straight. And I'm like, well, we're going to keep going until it either has enough vehicle speed to stick the tire, or I'll just keep going. And I let out of that thing at the 8th. It was fucking awesome.
That's awesome.
So
it rarely happens where that thing will just settle like that.
So I back up all the way down the racetrack. Brandon's laughing on the radio. He was like, God dang, dude. And I was like, you thought that was good. Watch this one. And all the track guys have their phones out. I wick that thing up again, come past the Christmas tree. Same thing, dead straight. And I just hung in her all the way to the 8th again. And I just stepped off of it and cut it off. He was like, oh, what happened? Why'd you cut it off? Or what, did it cut off? I was like, no, man, I was going 120. I might as well just take this thing on out the back. But, man, it was fun.
Those
cool. Were awesome.
Love breaking in tires, man. Big old stinky burnouts. The rollout's not there yet, so, like, it just settles in there for you.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's cool. See, you got any other highs?
One of my highs this week was obviously Brainerd and the zoo was super fun. Going back on that.
The outlaw baby.
The bottled outlaw is good. Erica and Aaron going and taking their way at Top Fuel. We were there the day before. We missed Lyle by like an overnight flight.
Yep.
And it was really cool. I only sent one picture in, and it is just a picture that you need to see.
That is awesome.
So
I
many
can see that she means it.
Yeah.
It looks mean in there.
He's 100% flipping off Tony in that.
100%. And what's great is I sent that photo to Brian Loans because Kelsey Cartuccio sent a photo to me of Don Schumacher back in the day. Back in the day. I should have sent these in. As soon as I sent her that, she sent me this. And I'm like, that's cool. So then I sent that to Brian Loans to make sure that that's who it was. And he sent me Don Perdome and Jeff Jans in the Cook Brothers Top Fuel car. And apparently there's this whole corral of these photos like that. So I turned that one of Erica into, Krista did, shout out Krista for the photo, into black and white. And we're going to do something with all those photos. Very cool. But it was awesome to see because y'all, Erica's a Shake and Bake family member. Erica can fuck herself up to next Tuesday thinking about shit. That girl thinks too much. The only problem she's ever had is her own brain. Am I right, Lyle? And Stevie, she's vented to both y'all.
100%.
When something new comes up, she wants to be so perfect that she will think herself into a gosh damn ravine. And the night before we go to test, let this serve as a PSA. Some fan wrote Erica an email about a dream he had that she died in a testing accident in the Top Fuel car. Keep your fucking thoughts to yourself on shit like that. Like, what good would that do to write a driver an email like that? Anyway, we talked about it. We prayed about it. We lived on. We learned a mental lesson from it and yada, yada. But don't be sending that shit. And she did a great job. She's so methodical. The crew chiefs were so impressed with her just ability to rattle off. We got a really cool video from Corey coming. We're not sharing a lot of media from that day for this reason. We're doing like a mini doc and rattle off the routine. Aaron watched day one. Erica did day one. She would hate me for saying this, but first time she stomped on the loud pedal. Whoop, whoop. Just like everyone does. And second one was great. Third one was good. She ended up going, they only got 3 each, I believe. Ended up going half track, ran like a 406 at whatever. Aaron did the same thing the next day, except Aaron has no thoughts, has no worries, got no email, fucking sent it on his second pass. And it was awesome.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
Joe,
so they did a great job.
Wedding anniversary. Have a good night. Like,
really cool to see somebody like Aaron and somebody like Erica be green and learn. Like, it was cool. I didn't have to work. I didn't do anything. I was just there for Erica. And it was really kind of a kick you back in time moment of just all the firsts, all the history, all the things, and watching her be such a sponge and be like, we'd give her shit. She's not the smartest gal in the streets, but she is very good at one thing, and watching her excel and be smart in that one thing was pretty cool. So that was my high.
Lows. I don't know that I have a low. I'm going to pull a CE. I've been working my ass off at work, been working my tail off in the airplane. I don't think I have a low.
That's great.
I mean, which is pretty good. That's pretty good.
With all the stuff going on with the IHRA and what continues to unfold there, I had these really high hopes that Piedmont Dragway was going to be bought and saved. The buyer and investors went to look at it last week or the week before, and for them it was just too much work. Too much was going to have to be spent to get it back, and they did not buy. So rumor on the street is that a lot of the places like this are going to auction.
Yeah.
Huge problem. Some people think, oh, well, then you can get it for cheap. Kind of true. The downside is that to a developer, that land is worth much more than somebody that wants to keep it as a racetrack, and they're going to be willing to pay more. And my fear is they drive the price up, get it, and it's no longer a racetrack. So I have very high hopes, but my fear is there are some dark days coming for some of these racetracks that lay in limbo. There is some rumor. PDRA is at Galot this week. If you've never been to Galot, you need to go, or hopefully you have the opportunity to do so. It's arguably one of the nicest 8th mile facilities in the country.
I agree.
And rumor out there is that there is racing going on there until November, and then there is no plan after that. So it's just not good, man. I've worried about it for weeks now, and Piedmont is special to me. I won my very first drag race there. It's 35 minutes down the road from me, and it's where Big Dog was born. And a lot of your pro mod greats have ran Big Dog, and I don't know, man, it's pretty sad. But we also lost Christopher Gordon Block this past weekend at KD. For those of you that don't know Block, he's a diehard street racer. You potentially saw him on the Street Outlaw stuff, and he had a very unfortunate incident at KD up in Ohio this week and died. So our hearts go out to his wife and his family. They traveled the country together, putting on events. I've raced many of his events with beer money, won several of them. Block was a friend of mine, and it sucks, man. Just sucks. But you know what? That's why we sign the waivers when we come through the gate. There's any of them could be your last, and he went out of here doing exactly what he loved, and we can hold on to that and, just keep his wife and his family in your prayers, because there's some hard days coming for those folks.
Yeah, that's terrible. On the track thing too, I don't remember if we've had a show since then, but the Maple Grove announcement, I don't think we have. I don't know what that means. And seriously, I've asked people in the NHRA and IHRA, all of it. There's a million ways this could go, right? They're stopping to reassess. And I don't know if that means making steps to get the Koretsky's back in charge, or if that goes the other way. I'm in the same way as you. I don't live there. But Maple Grove's a very special place. And that would be a damn shame. That place is sold out all the time. There's a ton of racing. That market's huge. So that's one that's same kind of deal that I have high hopes for, but I'm very, very worried about. And it's a shame. And those of you, we've been very vocal on this show. This was the concern the entire time. It was not about the racing. The competition, the NHRA versus, it was always about the tracks, in my opinion, to people like us that were scared and doubted it a little bit. And it's a damn freaking shame that it has come to this. It is a damn shame.
Yeah, and the problem with Piedmont, if you're local to here or know anything about the area, there's been a mega site built there. Toyota battery plant. They're building basically its own town, and it's really close to Piedmont. And Chatham Park, which is over near where Jason Harris is from, Pittsburgh, North Carolina, which is right outside of Chapel Hill. They're building a huge housing development and town there. If you've paid attention to anything, if you're a Disney fan, they're building a freaking neighborhood there that is Disney themed. There's a lot going on in that area, and I don't know, man. I fear the worst. Unfortunately, it just doesn't look good.
Well, I didn't watch the Wes Buck show this week for the first time ever, and apparently he talked about that on there, and he would have a better intel than I do. And I'm seeing in the comments that looks good. And if you didn't yet, Wes spent a long time on an article that I thought was one of the greatest, most informational, non-opinion articles I've seen in our sport in a really long time, on the IHRA. It wasn't shitty. It was facts. It was receipts. It was quotes. If you have questions about a lot of things, and go check that out, it will answer a lot of questions. It did for me. So
one thing that I would like to touch on with some of the keyboard warriors is when you read through the media side of this, I'm going to call it a debacle. We don't know how it's going to go yet, so we can't say it's a mayhem or destruction or anything. Right now, we're in what I call a debacle. If you are how can I say this without being a dick?
Some
of us have had money criminally stolen from us legally by this organization, and we have a different opinion on it than some of the fans that just attend the races or watch drag racing. I keep getting people yelling at me because of my opinion that's on the internet. Oh, give it time. Oh, give it time. Oh, give it time. Everything's going to be fine. Give it time. You're overreacting. This guy's a great guy. And I just don't buy it. When you steal money from me and you won't talk to me about why you stole it, you're a piece of shit. And that's where I'm at, and that's my stance on it. And I'm going to continue to be aggressive until I can find a federal prosecutor that will take my money to prosecute this case, or until I'm made whole. Because when you steal from me, I will never, ever not get it back. I have the name and number of the kid that stole my lunch money in kindergarten, and I will get that 25 cents. I promise you. I haven't found you yet, but I'm going to get it. So,
Stevie's the guy from Billy Madison with the lipstick.
It's bad. And it's not just me. He owes racers way more money than me. I just posted this earlier. If you would just come out and this organization would just say, hey, guys, we're broke right now. We just went through some shit that's terrible. We got all your names on a deal. I fucked up. I'm going to pay you. Like, just sit tight. It may be a year, but you're going to be made whole. Stevie backs up and understands that stuff in business happens that you can't account for, and I'm all good. But when you ghost me, you lie to me, you will not call me back, and you don't answer your email, that's pretty shanky. I got a customer right now that I give you my word as a man. In 14 days when we have this show, if they have not paid me, I'm going to make this customer the most famous human being in drag racing 14 days from today, because he has stolen $25,000 from me. You're watching and you know who you are, and I promise you don't want to be famous as I'm going to make you in 14 days. Dun, dun.
I love it. So anyway, we kind of got off on there, but Milo, we kind of touched on it before you got off.
There. Start thinking about people taking from me. I get a little fired up.
Well, that's another reason we didn't have a guest tonight, because we haven't not in a while, and sometimes we got to derail. And when Molly's not here, we can derail. Milo's, we touched on him while you were gone, Lyle, but was Oliver and Dolly Parton passing. Those are my lows of the week for show. And my tailbone is still fucked up, and I'm still sitting on a gosh damn thing. So.
Did I send you my hanger pillow in our chat the other day?
No.
Damn, I got one of those things that I fly with sometimes, and I meant to send it to you, but I forgot.
That shirt's on the verge of transparent.
Bro, it used to, so these maternity shirts have the crinkles. It used to have the crinkles all the way across.
Yeah, it doesn't. Some of it's just a G sharp on a banjo string.
Dude, it's bad. It's bad. I am 29 weeks.
I was just thinking about that.
Brett, I love your icon, buddy. That's me right there.
Well, that's a paid comment. Let's let it jump in the agenda. Let's talk about it.
Right. What did y'all think about the Nitro experiment?
I mean, I thought it was cool. And I didn't know that this was even a thing in the works. Because I was actually in talks with Dale about licensing in a funny car earlier this year. And still waiting on some things to happen for that to be needed. But I think it's freaking cool. And like, honestly, I'm gonna talk to Dale about like, what does it cost to run the car in alcohol funny car, this setup, what does that cost to run or a race or whatever to do? Cause I would, if I could drum up some money, I would like to try it. I think it's freaking awesome. I doubt they wanted to see him come out and run as good as they did right off the rip, but you got to consider who Dale Worsham is, right. And what he's done and what he knows. And, he came through an era where they ran cars similar to that. So you would expect Dale like he said on the broadcast, he could have taken that car, put two mags and the right stuff in it, and went and qualified for the fuel funny car field, right? Like it's the same car. So they didn't have to work any of that out. A different clutch, one mag. I think they were at 85% or something like that, nitro. So, but obviously it took them a little bit, but yes, it did go 291.
That's cool.
That is.
I was in the tower when that run was made, and the people punching buttons on the computer, and running that show, every jaw dropped. Everybody said, well, I thought somebody crashed because I wasn't watching. I tell you, the response, I think, is overall positive because we like cool shit, right? Like, do some things need to be adjusted? Probably. But boots on the ground of people in those classes were not going to call anybody out, but there was some scuttlebutt of like, that's bullshit. Get it out of here. They should have had a better grasp on rules and what it was going to do. And my response, again, I don't know shit, but like, that's how we do this stuff out here. Like the pro mod category in NHRA has taken the last 10 years to get to, in my opinion, a spot where it's as close as it is. And you got to go out there and do it. And like you said, you got Del Worsham behind this new thing that adds 25% to the performance instantly just by having him on there. And wow factor was cool. The fans loved it. It sounds different. You know, when an alcohol car leaves, it just kind of sounds like 75% power. So following the fuel guys, I'm going to get hate from them. Love that class, whatever. But you can tell the difference. This thing, it made everybody turn around like, what in the fuck was that? It was very cool. Very cool.
I do not know about LB. I will be in Galot running. We have Mikey Cecina there. Fletcher Cox will be there. Tim Papp. And who else? I don't know if I don't think Chad is going to make this race. No. But yeah, I'll be there doing the tuning. We'll be turning and burning. Lyle, you coming?
The plan until today was absolutely yes. Right now, we don't know. The radial series runs at Cecil next week. Tommy has 2 cars going there. His GTO, and then Travis Harvey is going to drive for me in Pro 275 because we get a sub because I will be in Indy for the U.S. Nationals. And with all the work that's got to be done to get those cars ready and then be ready to leave by Tuesday, there's just a lot to be done. And we're not, granted, I think I'm 8th in the points in PDRA, only attending 2 races this year. But, you know, we're not necessarily running for a championship over there. We're really just doing it to be doing it. And, you know, we're just trying to be smart and make sure that we're prepared for the series that we are running for points. So I don't know yet. Honestly, probably leaning more towards the no side now, but we'll see. I could be there. But we have just a lot going on and not a whole lot of time to get it done. So we'll see.
I see a question I want to answer on drivers coming up for Indy. I'm thinking we're going to have 23 to 25 pro mods on the property in Indy. We've got some new faces that you guys haven't seen before. We got some new faces you got some faces we haven't seen in a while. Indy for the pro mods is going to be
awesome.
I think there's this was a topic too. I think there's 20 on the pro mod list as of right now.
And I'm not.
There are 24 pre-registers for Nitro Funny Car.
Yes. Yes.
And I don't want to hear nobody in the comments. Back in 1984, there were 50. I don't care. We're coming out of an era where we're filling classes, and this is a good thing. So shush with your negativity.
We have a new nitrous car you haven't seen before. We've got a new centrifugal car driver that you haven't seen before. We've got a driver that hasn't raced with us in a long time. It's gonna be hot. Tricky Ricky will be over there trying to do a burnout and smoke it down through there. It's gonna be fun.
You know, speaking on the car count for Funny Car, I think, and Dale talked about it, and they talked about it on the broadcast. I think that setup, if they continue to allow it to run an alcohol Funny Car, is going to be a good segue. And not that your Sean Bellamire's and your Gordon family and your Phil Ez's and stuff that run alcohol Funny Car now couldn't segue into a nitro car. This is as close as you can get without doing it, right? The procedures and the way you run the car and stuff is similar to a certain degree. And I think that you could see some drivers go the Del Worsham route and then end up, you know, running even a part-time nitro deal. So I think it could be awesome.
Yeah, like a segue with purpose. You know, those
guys.
Oh,
look, Steve-O.
Look at that thing. He says he's coming for beer money. That's a sexy hot rod right there. Whoop, whoop.
Beer Money's days are as a turbo car coming close to an end. Fixing to switch it up.
We probably should at some point get the Trickster on the show and just let him rip. I think we can let him rip.
There's 21 Top Fuel dragsters on the list as of right now as well.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
Well, me and Mike Cerinos aren't.
The weather is showing to be highs in the low 80s. like if we can get that thing just 4 or 5 more degrees, it's gonna be fast.
So in Top Fuel, this leads us into a topic that I've already seen a comment on. We've got names coming back like Krista Baldwin, Jake Sanders, Jasmine Salinas is going to be, hello, thank you, is going to be back for most of the countdown. TJ Zizzo's coming back. Lex June, I'm excited. Last time we saw Lex, he was running with the Bad Boys. Dan Mercier's coming back. Ida Zetterstrom. Let's talk about this. Ida Zetterstrom, I heard rumors, all the rumors of all the things. She was testing a pro stock bike at Indy when Erica was doing her Top Fuel thing, but she has teamed back up with Alexis. This does not mean JFR. She's teamed back up with Alexis and is running the Bandero Cafe Tequila Top Fuel Dragster.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that is different.
I saw Ida when we were at Indy. She came by trying to get on for a track rental on Friday to continue getting her license on the pro stock motorcycle. And she said, and some people may not know this, but Ida's a pretty badass motorcycle rider from over in Europe. Like she rides.
She's a world champion.
A no wheelie bar, Hayabusa over there. And I was talking to her about it there at the track, and she was saying how much different it is, the riding, even just switching from one bike to the other.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting news thing that we had today, that a partnership and a teammate, like when Alexis and her were together at JCM, ends up helping Ida to do that. So I heard some rumors that she was coming to race for John Force, and I can see how that was misconstrued because it's Alexis. But I think it's cool that Alexis is helping her out. A little bit of girl gang action going on there. So 20 cars pre-registered for Indy and Pro Stock as well. Some people that we're seeing coming back. So I think this leads us into a nice Brainerd review. What do you guys think?
Yes. To answer this question, no, I will not be racing in Indy. I do have some really cool shadow news coming down the pipe, maybe on the next show, if not the show after that. But I will not be there. I'll actually be at Yellow Bullet tuning Fletcher Cox and Jared Ring's car at Yellow Bullet.
Oh, so you're not even coming?
I won't be there. We have plenty of KTR staff there. Everybody that needs to be in place will be in place, but I will be at Yellow Bullet. I may make it back over for eliminations on Monday. Yellow Bullet finishes Sunday, so I may be in there Sunday night.
All righty then. Okay, well, I've got the ladders pulled up here, so I'll kind of breeze through this, but there are definitely some things to talk about. In Top Fuel, Doug Coletta, I have some stats from our.
Do we need to talk about drag racing bracket bonanza? Did I kill y'all again first before we get going in there, or you want to do this?
Probably no. Go ahead, because I'm pulling up a stat. You probably.
I don't know that I killed y'all or not. No, I did not kill y'all.
I'm still winning. No way.
How did you beat me in Top Fuel?
Because I told y'all in our group text, everyone I love, I am putting out first round because I'm done picking with my heart. And look, everyone I love lost first round.
I got crushed.
You got crushed. I got 10th overall. That's my best performance.
Man.
As if Spencer won Pro Stock with the worst score ever. Damn. We got to kick Spencer out.
Yeah, he's doing good. Wow, you suck.
Fuck off.
All right. Shake and Bake overall leaderboard. BK NHRA 1 is smoking through there. We got old Skeeter in second. D Racer 5467. Big Tony 805. HR Jack rounding out the top 5. It's going to be hot coming down the stretch. Our winner for this week, Big Tony 805. Brainerd Nationals winner.
I am not good at this game.
Wonder what this is. I have a picture. Oh, that's a picture of me standing beside the airplane. I was like, I have a picture loaded. Look at that yellow bandit right there. Woo, me and Lyle growing up.
Okay, so Top Fuel, since I finished 10th. Thank you very much.
Go ahead. Since you finished 10th, go ahead and let her
Here's the stat I got from Pete Richards. 2 Tuesday morning fun facts for you. Doug Coletta has won 3 races in a row for just the second time in his career. The other was 10 years ago when he won 3 races that no longer exist. Houston. Oh, yay, my girl. Houston Atlantic Speaker 2. Coletta has won 12 straight round wins, 4 of each Sonoma, Seattle, Brainerd. In 2021, in 20 starts, he only had 12-round wins the entire season. So Doug Galota is on the heater of an absolute freaking lifetime. Doug Galota takes out Matty Gordon in the final round. But what I find interesting, here's your semifinals here. Doug Galota, Justin Ashley, Matty Gordon, Leah Pruitt. Most of that pretty good. Justin Ashley's been struggling lately, and they put him back in the open cockpit car with like full motive of saying that they were doing it as a tuning ability to be able to help with weight and all that. And why I wanted to talk about it was when the mud flaps came and went, we were noticing who was using them, who wasn't. They would take them off midday. Certain tracks had them not. To me, this is the first time that we've, maybe not that it's happened, but it's the first time that it's been a large conversation starter that we're using open cockpit and closed cockpits as tuning windows. Not necessarily the thing, but to open up a tuning window. So they made it very clear they left all the bars on there if he wanted to go back, because he'd never driven one without. If he wanted to go back or if it affected his lights or whatever, that they could. But things seemed to really turn around for them there. So I just wanted y'all's thoughts on that.
Some things sometimes in racing, especially when you've been very good, when you've already grabbed the apple off the tree, it's easy to work yourself into this hole, right? Where you're not doing any less work and nobody's trying any less. You're just not in sync. And a lot of times, all it takes is a small change. It can be moving 2 crew guys on the team in different positions. It can be taking the cockpit off the car. We put a different brand of tires on it. And really, you didn't change anything. You just kind of changed the process a little. And a lot of times, all it takes is a little spark. I mean, we repurpose people at KTR all the time. You know, things get a little stale one way. We'll just move a guy around and move somebody in a different role, and bam, that machine's running good. So it could be something as simple as that.
I agree. I kind of said that on air too, just a mojo bumper. So, Lyle, what are your thoughts on the open cockpit switch?
Yep.
You like it? I just like that it's another.
Good job on the convertible. Just stick your hands up there and get a little extra air.
Oh,
hey.
And he just had a baby. This was his first race after having the baby. So Top Fuel coming around the corner, and Doug Galota took the points lead over Sean this week. So we had a points lead switch there. We'll see what happens come Indy. So the regular season championship game is, I don't know the points. I think they'd said between 3 and 4 people. Really a 2-man game if you think about it, but with points and a half could be a 3-person game. So we'll see. But then funny car.
I don't know what grudge race I have on Thursday.
Funny car, Matt Hagan beat Jordan Vandergriff in the finals. Was awesome to see Matt Hagan. I've talked about it a million times. He does better when he has a mustache. He had the full mustache going, and he wins the freaking race. So grow your mustache. But what was crazy about this, I don't know if you guys watched, 2 serious points implications happened. Matt Hagan went from 5th to 1st this weekend, okay? And Jack Beckman went from 2nd to 5th because Jack Beckman hit the cones in round 1. Ron Capps hit the cones in round 2. So on top of losing the round, there was points penalties, and Funny Car is so tight right now between 1 and 6 that those not cones, Brian Loans, they're blocks. The block penalties changed the entire freaking game. One race away from a regular season championship, and Funny Car is on its fucking head.
Yes.
It's crazy. This is getting ready to go into silly season. So
it is. So yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I do have a grudge race the Thursday of Swanfest, but not this Thursday. Swanfest is okay. Yeah. That's down the road a little bit.
I like that. Gertie said Canopy, and that's why I said openly admitted. Canopy has always been a tuning tool. No one wanted to talk about it. I like that we're open these days. All right, moving on to Pro Stock. Chris Vang runnered up this weekend. Chris Vang had a hell of a breakout weekend to Greg Anderson. Cody Anderson made it to his first semifinal round, drove like an animal, did a great job, and Elite Motorsports and the Haas cars did not have a great outing this weekend.
But you can't expect to go to a test session and dominate. You're changing so many pieces of the puzzle. Like it's not anybody that thought that it was just going to fall out and just dominate is crazy. It takes time to make a cake.
They are great. And that's why they did it at this race. And they are back in St. Louis at the Haas shop this weekend, tweaking some things. And they're going to test again before Indy and see what happens. So hoping that turns around. But Greg Anderson just continues his fucking domination. My God.
I keep waiting for him to let up, but he's not letting up.
And poor Dallas Glenn, bless his heart, he had 5 seconds to try and catch up. And poor Jeggy busted him on a hole shot first round. Pro Stock is a wild game. It's a wild game.
Our sport is insane.
It is. So that is your Brainerd recap. Thought it was great. I love this time of year when shit gets thrown on its head, and I hated it for Beckman and I hated it for Caps, but God dang, it's going to make Funny Car exciting. And we've got the Funny Car call out in Indy this next weekend. So
is it a real deal call out or it's like a kind of call out?
No, it's a real well, I don't know how the Nitro Boys work, but I know the Pro Stock one is real because the drivers within their own teams don't even know who they're calling out. But found out today Spencer got the number 8 spot for that. So Jim said, how did that slow piece of shit make it? But they made it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, Indy preview, 75 years. What is the most exciting thing you're waiting for at the U.S. Nationals?
Obviously the racing, the regular season champions, things seem to be magical at Indy. I think the winners are always a little bit more random, or maybe not. Doug Coletta may just run away with it, but not to be cliche, but they're doing a lot. They've been doing a really good job with all these legends and extra things. And when you guys see, they've been working on this for 2 calendar years on the history and awesomeness that is going to be at Indy when it comes to the legends. There's 4 days of opportunities, what's on the stage, the content they've created. Brian Loans and Corey from React 104 have put together the Fox opener, and I have only gotten it described to me. And I got to tell you, I'm probably most excited about that because Brian Loans always writes a letter, like a big post. He does these great posts, and they're starting to use them as they should. And it's a letter to the U.S. Nationals and to the fans, basically. And they've been shooting that for weeks, and it's going to be amazing. So the feel good of just what our sport is, the longevity, and in a season of unknowns for elsewhere, it's nice to have a sanctioning body, whether you agree with all the things and whatever. Lord knows we don't. I think it's just going to be one of those flag in the freaking ground weekends.
Let's talk about JBS Equipment NHRA Pro Mod Drag Racing Series presented by Elite Motorsports standings and our return to competition. It's been a little bit since we ran. Norwalk was our last race. Seems like forever ago, but it hasn't been very long. Kevin Rivenbark won the last race. What is crazy is I just looked at the points. We have 10 cars within 100 points of the championship. The top 10 is within 100 points. Derek Menholt is the points leader coming in. 13 points behind him is Mike Stravinos. Then Billy Bannick, Justin Bond, Lyle Barnett, Jason Collins, Stan Shelton, Mike Thielen, Kevin Rivenbark, and J.R. Gray rounding out the top 10. This is wide open to anyone, and it is going to be a gun-slinging fest.
I cannot wait.
I think you're going to see some teams make some moves this race, and it's going to split off into 4 or 5 cars racing for it after this race.
I agree. It seems to go that way.
I want a Diamond Wally so bad I can't stand it, and damn, it would be awesome to get it from Indy. Fuck.
Cool.
I want it bad. Bad.
Yeah, you and the other 25 people.
Yeah, well, fuck them.
Lots of exciting behind-the-scenes testing going on in Pro Mod. Lots of cool stuff. It's going to be cool to see what tricks everyone has in their sack when everybody gets there. Pretty fired up. Our NHRA Pro Modified merchandise trailer will be on site at the U.S. Nationals with all of your favorite drivers' apparel. Stop by and see us, support the class. It's going to be cool.
On that note, too, this is where the organization starts to negotiate things for next year and with sponsors and things. So If you haven't yet, this would be a good time to take your love for Pro Mod and make it vocal, support it, watch it, share them, buy the shirts, do the things. It helps to for us to be able to grow things for next year. So if you like it, support it.
Hey, Stevie, there's a guy, Flaming L Designs. Does anyone have any old rods and pistons for sale? He can buy. He makes car show trophies out of them. I donate all proceeds to cancer research. You guys have any? You guys have barrels of. Also makes piston clocks.
Barrels and barrels of that. Send an email to either Molly at steviefast.com or info@killintimeracing.net, and that'll wind its way up to me, and we'll get some stuff.
Is Molly's.com or .net?
Molly's is steviefast.com. killintimeracing.net.
Will you throw that Tom Groom's comment on there about World Cup and Cold War? I've heard this a lot. Let me tell you, it's not true.
There's lies from the devil.
That is the devil's lie. The devil's lettuce. World Cup will be on Freedom Plus. All of the Cold War, Snowbirds, US Street, and Pro Mod Finals are on Flow. That announcement was made. God bless. Cletus talked about it on a podcast the day before our announcement. That has been made there. So Freedom Plus and World Cup have a 1-year agreement. They're doing it this year. We lost that, but we gained the entire Cold War and the World Series of Pro Mod. We still have a contract with at Flow. So still the home of Pro Mod, Flow Racing.
Cool.
Yes. Very excited about that. Actually, we didn't get as much hate as I thought we would. Every time on Flow, and Kelsey and I are doing our social postings, I'm like, oh, this one's going to be good because it's going to be full of hate. It wasn't. Because we're doing a good job.
Do you have any news that you can elaborate to for the upcoming racing season, or not any elaboration on anything at this time?
I cannot elaborate at this time.
Yes. 2027 is going to be a very interesting year in our sport. Lots of shakeups, lots of changes, things that you don't see coming, and it's going to be fun.
So speaking of new things in 27, I talked about this. I was on the Boost and Bullshit podcast last night with Jason Harris and Steve King. And I spent a little bit of time talking about I have this fear that our sport is headed to a bit of a dead end. And what I mean by that is that there's not a whole lot of interest from the younger generation in what we do.
Yeah.
At all. And I work with I live now 1 mile through the woods from where I grew up, and I'm in the same area as the high school that I graduated from, and I work with their automotive program, which they lost for a while and then got back. I take a race car up there several times a year and talk to the classes, and I've had them out at the racetrack at Rockingham for Swan Fest last year. We had over 50 kids come out there and spend the day with us. So a bit of an ask and a goal, I think, that for all of you that especially those of you here that race, or even if you don't, if you're just a spectator, try in some way to go find, and if it's your grandkids or your nieces and nephews or sons and daughters, whatever, that's awesome. I'm working with the PDRA right now, Mark Beatty and I and some others, on bringing a program to the PDRA that is similar to the YES program in the NHRA. If we do not do a better job now, very, very soon, on getting the younger generation interested in what we do, we're headed for some dark days down the road. There's just not going to be anybody to do it. So I think it is very important right now that we start paying attention to this younger generation and what they're interested in, and try to sway them over and get them to put down the video game remotes and their phones and pick up a fucking wrench. There's just not a lot of it. When I was young, and it was to my demise most of the time, but I was disassembling, whether it was my go-kart or I had an axle come off of my Honda Recon, and the whole hub assembly, everything came off, and I drilled a hole through it and put a grade 8 bolt to hold it back together. That was a dumb thing to do, but at the time I just wanted to ride, and that's what I did to fix it. But there's just not kids that do that. And it is very important right now that we start going to even if you just go to your local high school that has an automotive program and show them, hey, the NHRA is coming to Rockingham, or the NHRA is coming to Valdosta or Bristol or Vega, wherever you're watching from. Go there and tell them about the YES program and how to register. It's free and it's easy. They just have to take the time to register these kids, get a field trip approved, get a bus for these kids, and take them to the freaking racetrack.
Agreed.
And we have got to do a better job. I've got for the national event at Rockingham, my former automotive teacher when I was in school is at a different high school in our county. And then I'm friends with the teacher at my high school that I went to. And both of those classes are coming to be a part of the YES program, but I've told each teacher to pick their top performing student, one each. And I'm putting one on my car and one on Billy's car, and they are going to work in the pits with us on the race cars all weekend long.
That's cool.
And I want to, that's, it's something easy, right? It's free for those kids to get there. And the only way you're going to get them there is if you let them come for free. And I know that doesn't help at the gate, but if we don't give these kids some incentive to come, they're not going to do it. They're not going to pay. Their parents aren't going to take them and pay for them to get in and drop them off or stay with them for 4, 5, 6 hours on a Thursday night for a test and tune. They're not going to do it. So we have to make it easier and attractive for them. And just taking them to the track and letting them watch from the grandstands, that's awesome. But we got to get them involved. Let them come in the pit. Bring a small group if you're a racer and let them be a part of what you're doing. We've got to. I mean, we just have to do it if we care about when Nash and my daughter get older. If they want to have somewhere to go race, we've got to do a better job right now.
I agree, buddy.
I concur.
I remember when I was a kid, like, people would bring different types of race cars to there, and like the whole assembly would go out, but it was the shop team that was working with them or whatever, and then they just light the cars up at the parking lot. And I mean, if it catches one person, if it catches one kid,
yeah, that's all we need. One at a time. You're not going to get the entire class to graduate, go get a job, and all of them buy a race car. Like that's obviously not going to happen. But if we can get 1 or 2 from every class each semester to find some interest or want to come work on Stevie's team, I mean, there's careers out there that can happen for these kids. We just got to get them to do it.
I will say in the last 3 to 5 years or so, and it's people our age, right? Like, it was a come to Jesus for me that I'm this old. People our age bringing their kids because we're the last generation of it and continuing it that way. But even as dumb as this is going to sound, like Hagen doing what he does on social and Maddie being just a jack off on social like she is, I love it. Like, in some way, whatever it is to catch them first and then educate them, but just putting yourself out there. And I think that Ford had a great idea and it gets some people, but if you're not there, you don't know. Like that electric Copo that I made fun of, which was really fast and whatever, I saw there. All the young kids were in the Ford booth that weekend figuring that out. That's something that intrigues them. And those of us as gearheads, if you can't smell it, hear it, feel it. But we also have to adapt a little in what is in front of their faces and what they're used to and what they like.
I concur.
Are you off your pedestal?
Yep.
Okay. Not that you need to be. I'm just wondering.
Let's talk about PDRA GALOT. 1 point separates number 1 and 2 in Pro Street. We got Jason Harris fighting to become the first 5-time PDRA champion. In Bristol, we had 7 hole shot wins, including 2 final rounds decided on the starting line.
That's enough.
It's crazy.
PDRA coming up this weekend, GALOT, is not the PDRA of 5 years ago. It's not the PDRA 3 years ago, and it's not the PDRA last year. This is a killer organization. I have a lot of our customers that want to go to PDRA, and some of them have told me that they want to go there to get their feet wet. You're going to get your head blowed off. Like that.
You're going to drown.
It's not the right. It's not the feet wet organization. They got it together. And there's not a class that I know of that's not killer right now.
It's some of the best racing there is.
Right.
I mean, it is freaking incredible.
I've been preaching this since COVID. It was the only thing hunting, and especially all of them, yes. But Pro Boost has been in a league of its own for a long time. And the last race was just fucking out of control. Out of control.
It is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. They've got that, and then there's only one more, and the World Finals and Pro Stars all at the same race. Going to be a big deal. We've already been doing some really cool planning meetings at Flow on special things that we're going to do for that, and I just really wish that the gate and the attendance and the viewership matched what that series deserved, and I don't know what the answer is.
Nor do I. Just keep plugging at it.
Yep, keep plugging and keep supporting it.
All right, on a random tab, driver licensing. Why are you smiling, Courtney?
Well, it's just something I've wanted to talk about for a long time.
What do you think about driver licensing, and should there be more accountability when drivers license? Should sanctioning bodies mandate more seat time before bumping someone up a class?
Yes.
Would y'all like me to go?
Yes, they should.
I've witnessed a lot of it over the last 10 years, and I feel like it's changed. I feel like accountability was held. It wasn't just if somebody was on property, they would sign for you. Somebody went up there, watched, helped critique. You just pulled up a post that was relevant. Helped critique and took responsibility and putting their name on something saying, I vouch for this man or woman. They are safe enough. It's not the ability of, I had somebody say the other day, well, the car's in one piece, so sign it. That's not a bare minimum. That's not a bar. That needs to be done. And there's been, through the years, we've talked about it on the show, through the years where we've seen people, and this isn't a knock, I could never get in a funny car. I would want to do it alone for 10 years before you put me next to someone else. I mean, you got Ron Capps and Jack Beckman mowing shit over, and they're the most pristine of drivers. But it's unsafe, not only for you. I don't care if it's your equipment, you're ripping through it. There's someone next to you. There's fans in the grandstands. And I wish that there was more accountability when things were unsafe on the racetrack, and to like who signed off on this, who allowed it, who was really at the racetrack. Because you guys know there's times where people just sign it because they were on the same facility. So some things happened last year, some things happened earlier, and there was some stuff going on. And Molly and I were just chatting, and I thought it was worth the conversation. Like, Lyle, let's say you signed off on somebody's shit, you didn't really see it, and pattern after pattern after pattern, they showed couldn't handle it and ended up hurting someone else. You as somebody, do you take any sort of liability to your own soul of like that you helped them be able to be on that racetrack?
Of course I do. But I also, I've signed off on licenses, right? Several. And I'm not one personally that just to sign off on one to be signing off on it so that this person can do it, right? Like either most of these people or all of them I know, and they just did not have the license because they let it expire, or
right.
They've been pro mod racing for a long time and are going to come over here, and I know they're driving and I know that they're capable, but yeah, for sure. And, and they can get mad. I'm sure the day will come where, or maybe, where I have to say, man, look, I wasn't there, or I didn't see it, and I don't really know much, and I'm not going to put my name on it, and I would do that, because I know how dangerous this is. And, today the problem is if you've got the money, you can do it, right? Period. That's the problem. And, I see some side of it where if we start making it more difficult, that's turning, support and attendance away. And, we've got to get them when we can get them. But like on the flip side,
but at what expense?
Right, man. I mean, that's a tough one. That's tough. It's the same thing. This whole tech deal's going around about should tech be, more involved at these racetracks, even on Thursday night test and tunes. And while your immediate answer is, yeah, absolutely, they need to be teching the shit out of these things. Well, if they do, people are going to stop coming, and then the tracks aren't going to be able to afford to operate. So, like, where do you draw it?
Yeah, it costs money.
I mean, where do you draw it? If we start turning half the cars away, and then there's not enough support on test and tune nights to even justify keeping the place open, well, what did we do? Yeah, we made it safer, but we've killed another racetrack. I don't know, man. I'm glad I'm not in that position. Never want to be, but it's tough. It's tough.
So you've never had to tell somebody, it be in that awkward conversation, like, no, man, I'm not going to sign that.
I have not yet. No.
What about you, Stevie?
I have declined, yes, to sign people's licenses in the past and will continue to do so. If I do not feel like you're ready to go, I don't sign it. I don't care.
What was the response when you declined?
Both times people understood. And I never tell somebody you can't do this or you can't get this, right? Like nobody starts out being a good pro mod driver. I mean, you have to get experience, but you have to show that you have situational awareness enough to not hurt other people. And if they can do that, I don't need them to be good or cut a good light but you need to be able to do a burnout without scaring everyone, have control of the race car when it gets out of control. And I have to have confidence you're not going to hurt the gal or the guy in another lane. And if that's the case, I'll sign the license. But if any of those are in question, I don't put my name on it. And I'll offer most of the time to help them. I'll be like, let me give you some tips and then like come back and make a couple more runs and let's see if we can do it. But
what about like the crossover? Because I learned a lot in doing the research for, how many runs did Eric need to do a car. And they didn't.
If you do a burnout and run into a Crown Vic, you probably don't need a Pro Mod license. Take it away from me.
But like, so Eric and Aaron both made a couple of runs and Aaron went 3-something, Eric went 4-0. Like technically there were enough time slips to sign the licenses. Did not want a license that day. Wanted to just get their feet wet, figure it out, and go do the whole thing. Because Tony Stewart, we talked about this on our show 3 years ago. Tony Stewart, somebody who's driven everything in the world, who could have just come in, hey, I got the balls, I did it, yada, yada, chose to go the route that he did. Even when he went and did the licensing with Erica and Aaron in the Pro Stock car, wanted to do all the steps, wanted to do the classroom part, this and that. I just feel like in a world of, when I was 16, like you had to go to a school to do it. That like maybe my dad just lied to me and told us that so that we did. But I feel like we're missing a lot of classroom time and conversation time. And you can just show up, make a half track hit, make a mid-moderate pass, 2 moderate passes and a full pass or whatever it is. And then even on the classes, right? Like jumping from, I'm making this up, this has nothing to do with anyone, top dragster to pro mod or, top sportsman to top fuel. Like, should there be requirements for certain classes to check a box before you go to certain classes? Going back to the Del Worsham car.
Clay says your dad lied.
My dad lied. He lied a lot to us, but it really worked out for our safety. But Lyle, we talked about the progression.
Yeah. See, there's several comments in here in regards to basically these kids not being able to afford to do it. And look, I get it. Everything is expensive now. Everything. I went to Chipotle yesterday for lunch and a Wingstop today, and my lunch by myself was over $18 both places. Like it's just, it's crazy what stuff costs. And I get that, and to race at the level that Stevie and I do, like I couldn't do it if I didn't drive somebody else's shit. Like I don't own any of the cars I drive, 0, right? I drive 3 for Tommy Yeomans. A 4th one is at the chassis shop getting built right now. I drive Billy Banneker's car. I drive Pandemic, the Grudge car. I have beer money, but I haven't raced it in almost a year. One, because I don't have time with 2 kids and all the racing I do outside of that. I get how expensive it is. And you're right. Most 25-year-olds can't afford it, but they can't afford to buy it all right now, right? Like they can't just call me and say, hey, I want to buy beer money, and I give them a price and they'd be able to afford it. I get that, but saving up a little time to, to buy a chassis and save a little more, like, yeah, it would take them several years to do it. But, if they're gung-ho about it enough and want to do it, it's doable, right? And I understand. I was one of those kids that they're talking about in there that my dad paid for and funded my entire racing career, all of it. The only car that I've ever spent my money on and continue to do so is beer money, and I've probably spent, I don't know, man, 20 or 30,000 over the, how long have I had that thing now? 8 years, of my own money, and it's worth 3 times that if, you count just it being what it is. But I get it. It is expensive and a lot of these kids can't afford it, but it is achievable if they set out to do it.
Throw Clay's comment on there, if you could, there, producer Stephen Fast Jackson, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
Which, and again, I sometimes things happen and I'm like, this would be a good conversation for Shake and Bake. It's not always that I am gung-ho one way. I don't know what the answer is. And I'm thankful that it's not that way for reasons like this. But Clay Milligan, if it was required, a feeling you'd.
Well, but also, and I agree. I understand where Clay's coming from, but when Clay became a top fuel driver, it was a totally different time, right? Like, it's just not the same. Granted, I guess money could get you there too back then, but it's just different. It's different times, and they're freaking so fast. Like, Jesus, man, it's just ridiculous.
It is, yeah. And again, I understand all of it. We need the car count. We need all the things. And like you said, where do you draw the line? But I just like bringing stuff like this up because it gets people all in their commenty feels, and it's worth talking about, right? Like, as the sport evolves and changes and our needs go in different ways, I think, and it's been a pretty safe go at it the last decade or so and done a really good job at that. But that should be everybody's first freaking priority, right? And that's all. That's all I wanted to talk about it for.
I got it.
What else we got on our random list?
I'll answer this. We got a random question. If somebody came to you and said they want to do this for a living, what would you tell them the honest truth? God almighty. So I get asked this a lot, and my answer is always, you have to decide how much pain and misery that you are willing to endure to get where you want to go. And every person's different. Making a living in this business at times is the most difficult thing that I've ever done in my life. It is terrible sometimes. I mean, there are days I leave work and I'm like, why in the world do I work 18 hours a day, 7 days a week for 8, 10, 12 months a year? But the reason is you have to love it more than the pain and misery. And if you decide that you love racing more than what it costs to do it, absolutely do it for a living. If you think that, if you don't like hitting your hand with a sledgehammer 100 times in a row just to see if it still hurts, don't do it. I mean, I almost said hitting something else with a sledgehammer, but like, it's a difficult place to make a living, but it's a dynamic place. It's a family environment. The good guys of racing are really good people. The people that I have met in this sport, I mean, some of my enemies, I can call them right now and say I need help, and they're going to come help. I mean, and that's, these are people that legitimately want to take me down in our sport, but because of how hard it is, both sides of the aisle respect each other, like, because everybody knows how freaking hard it is. So I would say that depends on your level of misery. What do you think, Lyle?
No, 100%. I mean,
if you're doing it to make some money, do not do it. Like if you're like, because I want to make some money,
what did Kamala Harris say? Do not come.
Do not do it. Don't do it.
But man, if you're doing it because you freaking are a gearhead and love drag racing and want to see some cool shit and experience some things you wouldn't do otherwise, fucking do it.
Same thing I ask everybody that comes to work for me. Would you do this job for free? If the answer is no, you probably will not make it in racing. If you would do this job for free, you'll probably end up making a lot of money in racing.
Somebody asked me today, what are you going to do if your daughter doesn't love racing? Spencer and I at the same time said, thank you, Jesus.
Save $1 billion. Yeah. Like you just bought a Gulfstream, baby.
Yes, exactly. We were looking for names, and one, it was not going to stick, but one of them came up, and her initials would have been PJH for many reasons. Cool. But I was like, Erica said, you could have a PJ even if you're poor.
This is a great question. If a situation come up, could you bail out of your car in 30 seconds like they have to at Bonneville Salt Flats? And should that have to be mandatory across motorsports? 100%. I absolutely can get out of my car in less than 30 seconds, blindfolded with all my stuff on. Yeah. If you looked at a show about 195 shows back, Lyle very much went into depth about this, about what it's like to be on fire and do it for real. We practice it in the shop. And if you can't get out, you're just playing, you're Russian rouletting your life every single time you get on the track. You're going to crash. You're going to catch on fire. You're going to be upside down. You're going to have mechanical failure. You got to prep for it.
I'm pretty sure it came up in my Facebook memories today, Lyle. Yep. Your last one.
Because the night of fire, the race that it happened at in 24, they just had it at Alabama this past weekend. But I want to say 10 seconds was the rule, but when we built Beer Money and went to Norwalk to race them, we had to do this in order to be allowed to race. And I swear it was 10 seconds I had to be out.
I mean, I think you should have to prove that.
But
30 seconds, you're dead.
Yeah. No, I think without a blindfold on, I think I could get out of a pro mod in less than 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I think we watched you do that a year ago.
Yeah. Well, and like the easiest test and the best practice, if you have a race car, put it on the ground.
Right. Don't do it in the air because it's way hard to get out of in there.
Get completely suited up, window net, fully belted, just as if you were going to make a run. And have somebody go over to the wall and shut the lights off. And when the lights turn off, get out.
The other thing that we do is we make them get out the other door. And like many times I've had to go out that passenger door. You got to be able to get over that gear shifter and not tear your stuff off, get around that parachute handle and go head first out that door. And it's harder for me to get out of the passenger side than the driver's side.
Yeah, I mean, you think whenever I had my crash in 15, I was in the car and on fire for 28 seconds. And
that's closer to death than you want to be.
Real close to not making it, right? You know, and now I couldn't get out for about 25 seconds of that because the car was going too fast. I guess I could have. It would have just really hurt. But I was on fire from the time the fire lit until I stepped out was 28 seconds.
I think Erica said too that she shuffle fucked with her window net thing for like 9 seconds. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Yep. I like Clay's comment. You got to want to do it more than breathing.
Yep.
Hell yeah, Clay. I love Clay.
What about I keep seeing a lot of stuff about the forklift. What are they talking about? I know nothing about this.
Oh my gosh. So Maddie Gordon, being random as ever, God bless her, got out of the car. She had a great weekend. That car's running good, real good. And said, oh, this thing's just like a forklift. If you know where to turn it, it goes where you want it to. And she said Flynn's flying forklifts. And it's stuff just like Maddie the Baddie. Like this girl it came back up to the booth and I said, just like a forklift. God, what is this girl talking about?
Are we talking about my hot rod being a forklift?
But in her brain, like something, like I get what she's saying, how the dragster kind of just like follows you if you know how to handle it. But this girl is so off the charts with her random shit. It is hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious.
Please play that video.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't had enough hatred in the world in our show today, and I'm going to let Lyle roast me here in a minute. Whenever
do we have the video? Do we have it? No.
I should have sent it earlier. I just texted it to everybody. You don't do phone.
Oh, I can airdrop it. You want me to put it on the video?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to put myself up for this because every comment was like, "Wait till Lyle sees this. Wait till Lyle sees this." Okay. And we haven't had enough roasting of me on the show yet today.
All right, let me get this. I want to put this in the studio like I know. I'm going to be Molly. All right, we're airdropping to the laptop. We have. All right, do I need to preview this before I put this on this show?
No, it's on my TikTok. So
roll that beautiful bean footage.
All right, oh.
And prepare to play it twice because I have something I want to note.
That's a QT movie. I need you to send it as a MP4.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I don't know how to. Like Molly could convert that. For me, I have no chance.
Oh, I may not know how to do that then. Because it's just on my phone.
Yeah, I think you can do like I wonder if I can convert it. Hold on. Let me look through it. Let me do some Stevie-isms.
Well, while you do that, let's rip through some of these here comments. Everybody's agreeing. Clay's awesome. It's an
340
addiction.
Gordy. I like that.
340. Hey, and Leah Pruitt, the newest member of the 340 Club, went 341. I'm pretty sure.
342.
No, it was like 341.80 or so, 08. But it was like 4 or 5 mile an hour faster than her personal best. But did you guys see her gnarly wheel stand on Saturday?
I did not.
It was bad. And maybe, I don't know. I'm thinking of things differently now. She's got Dom, all the things. But she got up to the top end and I went over just to talk to her. I'm like, damn, what was that? This is one of the most brave, badass girls in the world. I wouldn't say shit with a mouthful to her because she'd whoop my ass. But her eyes were huge. And she said, that reminded me of St. Louis, the early stages of it. And if we remember what happened there, that's a wild thing. She got back in and did it. And even testing yesterday, it was still kind of popping. They had the engineers over there trying to figure it out. They have such an incredible program for performance and safety over there. But if you go back and look, I think it was Saturday, Q3, it got up there. It got up there good, like 300 feet. Not in the air, on the racetrack. Easy.
It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy.
If you can't figure it out, I can just put my phone up.
You're going to have to do it because I can't figure it out.
Okay. God bless Molly. You need to give her a raise.
I need to give everybody a raise.
There's no sound.
Oh, my gosh.
You got to unmute it. God,
it's because it's in my AirPod. I can't.
I can do it. I can do it.
So let me set the scene. Erica's signing autographs, and I'd seen this. Have you ever seen Bring It On? It's an homage to Bring It On. And
there is no sound in what you sent me.
Yeah, you got to click the button down there. God dang it.
I know how to do that.
No, he's right. There is no sound. Working.
Why? Song's the best part.
I know.
Here comes another copyright lawsuit.
Probably because I downloaded it straight from TikTok.
All right. Well, I want you.
Anyway.
We need to play the whole video. So.
Just pull. Yeah, here. Oh, do you have it?
There's no sound.
No, there's not.
Oh, man.
All right. So here's what I want y'all to watch the awning. Watch the awning in the top left corner in just a second. Right now. Right? Like, did y'all see that? You want to tell me that it's not obvious that Courtney has gained ass loads of weight when she can shake her belly and it causes the awning to flap around? Like, Jesus Christ, man. I was like, she's moving heaven and earth, literally.
Oh, man.
You caused a dadgum wind gust.
Oh, man. Are you doing the Macarena?
Look at the wind gust. Look at it. She blew the awning. You shook that thing. My God. Holy shit.
We're going to eventually get thrown off the internet. One day we're going to log in for the Shake and Bake show and it's just going to be a thing that says, sorry, this is the SEC.
I've seen some shit in my life, but somebody causing wind gust when they do a freaking breakdown dance move. We hadn't seen that since Michael Jackson moonwalked.
Woo-wee.
I didn't notice that. I thought you were going to be like, oh.
You think you could do a pregnant moonwalk for us?
I'll tell you what. I had to sit down for about 42 minutes after that.
You're still
I thought you were going to be like, oh, Erica turned around and rolled her eyes at you. Who notices
me? Like, honestly, like it was right when you took the first thrust. It's like, wow.
Y'all are bad.
Man.
See, and that's why I needed this. So many people, their comments were like, wait till Lyle sees this. I'm like, why does everything I have to do have to be made fun of?
Hey, that's a good point. When you did that thrust, did you fart and it like bounce off the trailer and that's what caused that? Like, you don't know. It just happens. Pissing yourself now.
Hey, y'all need to read the text message Clay just sent us.
I saw that.
That's funny. It's awesome.
Oh, are they going to let us know or do they just hold?
Oops. All right, let's get to some Q&A. Let's do some Q&A. We got anything else?
Comment says, CE, you're not 18 anymore. Nah, in fact, she's double that.
Ooh.
I am more than double that, my friend.
Plus a few. You're geriatric pregnant woman.
Advanced geriatric pregnancy.
I want to give a huge shout out to Henderson Racing for their Night of Fire debut at the IROC.
Stevie just whips us back into shade.
They went low ET of Q2 and 3. That's a unfortunate mishap in E1, but the IROC is running good. Good to see All-Star and the Henderson team doing good.
Man, I can't wait for the new car.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Me too. Our Brazilian Pro Modified Art of Inco racing teams in Brazil today, along with some of our KTR staff. We are running a race in Sao Paulo this week. If you haven't seen it, they do tremendous YouTube coverage, drone shots, multiple action shots, interviews. So the racing there starts testing on Thursday. YouTube be streamed Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you want to watch, there's plenty of motorsports to consume this weekend.
There are. Oh, I did it as flow drag racing. Just gonna say, get your questions in the comments now. We're gonna take care of these before we sign off because we've hit the end of our agenda. So get them in.
How do we make sportsman racing better?
I think it's pretty good.
90 classes, stock and bracket. We have $250,000 race time, no fans. Should we add match racing during the bracket or sportsman racing? Bracket racing is really hard to draw a bunch of spectators on average, but it is so vital to our sport having a strong bracket program. It's kind of like PDRA. PDRA is some of the greatest racing that there is. It's hard to fill the stands sometimes, especially in the summertime. It's hot. It's tough to go out there and watch it.
I think a problem that bracket racing is always going to have is it's too complicated. Like, it's great for the sport, the level of it, love it. I grew up on it. It is necessary. But for somebody to buy a ticket and go for the first time, it's overwhelming. To me, same as four wides. It's overwhelming. You can't see the freaking numbers quick enough. There needs to be education first. And bracket racing is a really, really tough thing to fully understand.
Yes.
I was going to answer that.
Lots of pro mods run Fuel Tech and a Race Pack Dash. They're tuners. Most of our cars, specific tuners like to look at specific data measured a certain way. Some of our crew chiefs like the way a flow meter and a G meter looks on Race Pack, so it'll have a Race Pack Dash. Some of our tuners don't care about it and like Fuel Tech only, so it's really personal preference. On this question, we do in NHRA Pro Modified, we have multiple body weight brakes, and we're always tweaking those to try to entice building nostalgia cars. The new model Camaros carry 15 more pounds than anything else, and that's kind of in an effort to discourage building them and to try to get some older cars. 8th mile racing, I'm not sure if that's kind of caught on yet. The body doesn't seem to do as much to it at 200 miles an hour as it does at 250. But NHRA Pro Mod does do that. I will be running Cold War. Yes, Lyle.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yep. So a lockup on a nitrous car, it really depends on the engine combination, right? So nitrous is one of the nitrous and a turbo, specifically those two, but especially a nitrous combination, is one of the only combinations in motorsports that is not RPM dependent to make horsepower. And what that means is the slower the engine speed runs, the more power the engine makes to its ability to consume the volume of nitrous and fuel you're putting in it, and then it blows up. So what the lockup does is it allows you to run the engine at a lower speed while still pulling the car. So if the engine can tolerate load rapidly, the lockup is going to be faster. A turbocharged engine is very much the same way, prefers to have load and then be pulled down. So both those combos benefit pretty heavily from a lockup.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
We don't need to throw these on the screen, but no, Stevie will not be at Indy. Lyle will. Both are probably going to attend Cold War. We just hit that. Just getting the double whammies.
Let's see. Will turbo cars make a comeback in NHRA Pro Mod? I think so.
For sure.
I think that what Jimmy Taylor and Carl Stevens did with the turbo car, what Mark Mickey has done over the past several years, has breathed some life back into the turbo combo and Pro Mod. I know Mark switched the 8th mile stuff. It's a little more difficult to get that thing through the middle of the racetrack and be competitive 8th mile. But yes, I think that you will see NHRA see a few turbo cars in the future. I think they could solidify that if they would make some changes specifically with the boost controller. Joe and that boost controller that Joe and the guys at Hyperactive made was a great piece back when it first came out, but there's just so much better stuff out there now. And I'm sure Joe even has stuff better that is available, but they make us run this really old and outdated boost controller, and it makes it really hard to race the cars.
I believe now they can run a different deal, right? I don't think you have to run that.
I think so. Maybe.
It has to be on there to monitor, but I don't think it has to control.
Maybe.
I'll have to read into it. But long story short, yes, they're going to make a comeback, especially coming up this season. Speaking of transmission dumps, the way a transmission dump works on any car is you either bleed off the pressure side of the converter that fills the converter with transmission oil, and or you bleed the exhaust off. Basically, you're reducing the pressure inside the viscous coupling that is the torque converter, and it allows it to get engine RPM without pulling the car. And that's transmission dumps are run on every type of combination that there are, not just turbos.
Hey, and you can leave a dump on or dump too much, and you can burn a converter up really quick.
Smoke her right on out of there.
Smoky. A couple of randos. I wanted to touch on this. I think year one, yeah, there will be. I think that that's not the priority of the World Series of Pro Mod this year, them knowing that. I think the priority is getting the best of the best there and doing that. There's anytime you split a market, that's what's going to happen and go to a new place. But I think in the greater scheme of things for the event and what Wes wants to do in his world, we talked about this at the last show, Cletus and Victor do their own thing and Wes do his own thing. That's not a bad thing. It's not war. It's not a anything. But I think that it will reestablish what the World Series of Pro Mod was before a series, and that's okay. Somebody asked about Erica going to Bradenton. I don't know. She will for sure be at World Series of Pro Mod. I'm not sure what their Cold War situation is.
I saw a question about car count at the World Series and will there be less? I think so. Mm-hmm. But I don't think quality-wise you won't see lesser racing, as in how close it is. I think it'll weed out some of the ones that just come to be a part of the deal, and I still think you will see a badass field of pro mods there.
They haven't even announced.
You'll still have to qualify, it won't be an all-run deal. There'll still be 40 or more.
And I think I had a heart-to-heart with Wes about it when he was deciding to do this. Well, there won't be 90 cars. Well, that's okay. That's not necessarily, it doesn't have to be the headliner every time. And it forces you to pivot. And when we see the purse and we see the extra stuff and what the Motorplex is going to do for that event, and what the Cold War will be with them fully in charge, I think both will thrive in their own manner. But things will be different.
Yeah, and the biggest thing that's going to be tough is teams having to choose between World Series Pro Mod and Gainesville. I think teams can run the Cold War and World Series Pro Mod because of the same rule package and rule set. Your folks that are serious about running NHRA Pro Mod are going to have to choose to go to NHRA. You're not getting Texas to Gainesville, converting a car and running Gainesville, and not if you're serious about it. So it's going to be
And that'll be the hurt. And I'd like to think that next year, once nobody knew this was going to happen until a couple months ago, even behind the closed doors, that maybe there could be a little bit better planning and make room for all of them in the second year of the separation.
If they continue to charge for parking, I'm going to be pitted at the Freedom Factory this year. So me and Lyle will go there and do some burnouts.
Yes, I will be racing. There's a comment asking about, yes, I will drive Pandemic at Mike Hill's race. Yes.
It will still, yes, Snowbirds and US Street are the exact same. Those were Victor's from the start. They had just merged in. Those are called the same thing, Snowbirds, US Street. It's just a new race was created for the third race. World Series moved.
My answer to this question is kind of like the federal government trying to tell you what to do in Arizona. The same types of cars that race in different parts of the country require a different rule set to keep parity the same across Power Adder. And what I mean is, if we raced in Bristol all the time, the nitrous car would need more restrictions to race against the boosted car than what we would, and it's exactly the opposite. If you're trying to race a nice car against a boosted car in Florida, that has to be different. Same thing in Midwest. When you have no barometer and you're out there racing on the sun, the package has to be different. Also, you have to look at who your customers are and what kind of equipment that they have. If you have 40 Pro Mods at your Midwest race that have 4.8s and 1.49, the 4.9 shouldn't carry a weight penalty. Probably the majority of them are over there. If they're split, maybe it should need 25. So a lot of the times the rules have to be tweaked depending on geographically where the cars are and who is supporting the class at that time. Rules are tough. I'm glad I don't have to make them.
Yeah.
Because everybody always hates you no matter what. Promise you. You cannot get it right.
Stevie, I feel like it's an easy question for you. I think you were starting to put it up when I cut you off about if you could choose any power rider. I know that's an easy one for you.
Yeah, no, it's really not right now. If I had, it depends on where you're racing. When you say Pro Mod, it depends on if you're talking about quarter mile or 8th mile Pro Mod. Like right now, if you looked at the rule package in NHRA Pro Mod and just said, I got a blank piece of paper, I'm building a turbo car and I'm coming out there and I'm going to smash the field by 0.5 of a second.
Yes.
Like if you just wanted to do it, right? Now they're going to reel it right in, but that rule package is very shiny. If you're going 8th mile racing, the centrifugal and the screw blower are tit for tat right now. Like they're all over it. I would love to run a roots blower. I'd love to run a roots blower in NHRA. I converted my car and did that. None of the sanctioning bodies will allow the roots to be competitive. And anytime it gets within 5 or 6 hundredths of everything else, they just knock it completely off the table again. So, I like CFH roots blowers. I'd love to run Chuck stuff. We have it sitting there. So a lot of times it's not what we want to run. It's what the people that make the rules will let us run. Roots blower in NHRA Pro Mod's been 700s behind for 10 years, and it continues to just be behind. So I don't know. Now, a lot of that is not what you want to; it's what you can.
If I could run a combo in NHRA, if I could just pick one and it was sorted out, I would get back in a turbo car. Yes.
I knew you were going to say that.
God, man,
you loved that.
Fucking nothing like them. God, they're awesome.
Listen, I can't sit for that long. It's my tailbone.
It's not the tailbone.
It is.
Got them butthole warts.
Man.
What are you going to do? Fucking pregnant.
If we see you in St. Louis, we would definitely sign it. I'll round these jokers up.
Yes, for sure.
She was in Brainerd. I saw her.
Yeah,
I'm ready to roll.
I have no idea about the altar deal.
I don't know.
I think it's open for business right now, and I think if you've got a class that you can market and self-govern, and you're willing to spend some money, I think anything's on the table.
I agree. I know that for a fact, actually.
Right. Oh man. Well.
All right, we pulled it off without mauling. God willing, it was not great.
Me and Lyle want to drive a mini rod. That's what we drive for a pulley tractor. I tell them people, they all keep telling me I can't drive one. I told them it's got 2 pedals and goes 35 miles an hour. I guarantee you I can drive it.
I want to so bad.
I'm excited about it.
The last time I drove beer money was October of last year at No Mercy. Well, I drive it up. Me and Nash get in and take it up and down the road, but like down a racetrack, it's been almost a year.
Y'all may have to start thinking about who you're going to have on the show for 1 or 2 shows if I go into labor on a Tuesday.
We're going to replace you with 2 20-year-olds. What's going to happen?
I wouldn't doubt that.
I'm just kidding.
And the IQ level is going to cut in half.
It's been a great run, Courtney. We really appreciate your contributions to this show.
Get out.
Get fucked.
Do you know what's funny? One more thing I do want to talk about. Then I got to go. Mitch Coletta made his debut in an alcohol dragster this weekend. And he did a great job. He was 11-14 trip zip. And I heard, little birdie told me, that Sean Langdon and his crew guys were, and if you don't know Sean, he's very funny, okay? We're watching, and Coletta goes trip zip, and Sean looked at his crew guys and goes, well, fellas, it's been a good run.
Thank you, Clay.
It's been real, but I'm getting kicked out of the seat.
Project Ronnie updates coming soon. It has been moved to KTR. It is sitting on a lift. It is disassembled. We're actively working on it in between projects. So it's one of those deals. We get something done a couple of days and then racing pops up, but we are working on it. So it's coming.
We need to make a graphic. Now I'm seeing the comments. Clay would be great. JT would be great. Erica, bless her heart, she couldn't follow an agenda for 2 hours. She's a guest. We need to get a graphic. Like who's going to be, and we may not. If it falls on the right day, I may not skip one. But I think
let me just.
I'm going to replace you with a net. When you're out of there, I'm going to get a net on here to replace you.
Well, at least come on and like debut her. Like
you are 100% skipping a couple shows.
Okay, fine. But I want to like introduce her to the world via Shake and Bake.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, we need I think JT's probably the fucking equivalent to me, unfortunately.
Tom asked when your due date was. If you saw her anytime recently or at Brainerd, you would think she was due today. But
look at that, Janet.
Phew. I am due Friday, November 13th, but we go tomorrow to talk with my doctor. And because I'm 40, they usually
You're going to be 1 day late.
No, that's my birthday.
I know. It's 1 day late coming in hot.
I want her to come on November 3rd. I want to go early because I'm 100 and I need it spaced out a little between Vegas and Pomona. So Spencer can go play.
You're like, can we get this baby slated in before Q1, not after Q2?
Yep. We go tomorrow to discuss all that. So pending, friends, pending.
Well, that's awesome. Thank all of you for watching. Really enjoyed hanging out with you guys tonight. And if I can figure out how to shut this deal off, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Shake it back! Does that feel good? Yeah.